Life is speeding up. Our relationship to time is changing. It's not just adults who are noticing this, children are noticing it too. I have even had dreams recently where I am talking to people about the fact that life is speeding up and why. As I was channeling through the Wheel of Fortune the other day, I heard this moment in time is called the quickening. And I thought that was the perfect description. Whether you believe that life itself is actually speeding up or just the human experience is changing and our perception of it is speeding up, maybe both. I don't think it really matters. Either way, there is a quickening happening right now. The wheel is turning. Massive change is happening far outside of our control. It's part of the rhythm of the universe. And it's resulting in an apparent speeding up. Here where I live, spring is now just 2 weeks away, which is insane. And with spring energies on the horizon, this quickening has only become more intense. And for the last few days, I've felt very strongly that a message about this has been wanting to move through me. I gave it some space, gave it some time. I wanted to see if the message would come through on its own spontaneously, but it wasn't. So I could feel that whatever this was wanted me to sit down and be still and intentionally channel it. So yesterday I did that, and a whole bunch of information came through. I'm going to read you the channeled message exactly as it came through me, exactly as I have it written down, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, and maybe I'll pull some cards. We'll see how I feel. Before I read the message to you, I just invite you to take some deep breaths with me as I light some Palo Santo. I think it's more important now than ever that we consciously choose to slow down, considering that this quickening probably makes us all feel a little bit rushed. So just take a nice deep breath. Relax all the muscles of your face. Relax your eyes and your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Soften your tummy. And call just a little bit more of your energy into your physical body. There are two crystals that wanted to be here with us today. I have them right up here. I have a classic smoky quartz. Beautiful. And then this other crystal here is some kind of Tibetan black quartz. I could be getting the name wrong. I've had this crystal for several years. It's very powerful, very cleansing, healing, and grounding. Okay. So when I sat down yesterday to channel this message, the first thing that I saw was a very large cube hovering in space right above me. It was right in front of me and slightly up. So it was this giant, like dark navy blue cube. And when I tuned into the energy of this cube, I heard that it was a cube of information and that I was supposed to literally channel the cube, which sounds a little strange, a little abstract, but this is not the first time that this has happened to me. Um, Several months ago, I had a dream about a dodecahedron, which I know is incredibly random and specific, but that's exactly what it was. I saw it and I heard the word dodecahedron. So there is this pattern in my life of information coming to me in the form of geometric shapes. This is a relatively new thing for me, but apparently it's my new normal. Now, it wasn't until after I channeled the message that I thought to ask the question, why a cube? And so then I looked up the meaning of a cube, the spiritual symbolism of a cube. I just typed it into Google. You can do the same thing. I'm sure the same exact paragraph will come up. And this is what I saw. The cube is a three-dimensional square. It is a symbol of stability, permanence, and geometric perfection. It represents the final stage of a cycle of immobility. It can be seen as the truth because it is, or it looks the same from any perspective. So all of that was totally fascinating to me, especially the fact that it represents the final stage of a cycle of immobility, because this entire channeled message is about movement. And of course, this quickening moment that we're in right now is about the opposite of immobility. So, thought that was fascinating. All right, with all of that said, here is the channeled message that came through me, exactly as it was said. It's a little bit longer, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Movement. Movement keeps the blood flowing. Movement keeps the flow going. Movement at this time is absolutely imperative. Any kind of motion that you can manage is magic. Even if you are physically incapable of moving, you can still move energy with your mind. Keep the flow going in any way that you can. Movement, music, flow, energy, all needs to be in motion right now. It's time for the wheels to turn. It's time for the wheels to turn, and movement allows them to turn. Movement creates momentum that fuels the shift that wants to happen. Movement, flow, go, go, go. Creating momentum helps you to release what is keeping you stuck. I'm going to say that again because I think that is really important. Creating momentum helps you to release what is keeping you stuck. You're shifting into a higher plane of consciousness where more is available to you. More joy, more peace, more openness. Resistance to movement is resistance to life. Life trying to grow you and grow through you. Resistance to movement is futile because the energy will build until you can't resist it anymore. Being uncomfortable is part of the joy and the transmutation process. Move through it. You will be shocked at how a little motion creates momentum that snowballs into massive change. Let life move you through you and watch what unfolds. There is so much more coming to you than you realize. Getting into a flow state will allow you to be in a receptive state so that you can receive what comes when it comes. There you go. Okay. So, there's so much there. It would be very easy to interpret this message as saying, you need to rush, you need to hurry up, catch up to life, do all the things, run around like a chicken with your head cut off until you burn out, right? Some people might interpret it that way, but that is not what is being said. That is not what we are being invited to do. This message is saying the exact opposite. To me, the way that I interpret this, life is asking us to practice being in a flow state. It is more important now than ever that we consciously choose to practice being in flow, because it is a flow state that allows for energy to be in constant motion. Your flow state might look like you taking a nap, right? That is often the case for me. If you are taking a nap in a flow state, it doesn't matter that your physical body isn't moving. You're in a state of non-resistance, and therefore energy is moving. And that's the most important thing. It said clearly right at the beginning, even if you're physically incapable of moving, you can still move energy. If you're in a flow state, you're in a state of non-resistance, and by definition, energy is constantly moving through you. Being in a flow state is a way of running your energy. I see it almost as if life itself has upgraded. Life itself has up-leveled. Life itself has changed. And since we're part of life, we're along for the ride. Whether we like it or not, we're along for the ride. And so it's much less about trying really hard to be better, do better, be more conscious, be more whatever. It's not about trying. It's about allowing, because we're part of life. And so when we allow what is, then we will literally be carried to where life is. We will be upgraded and up-leveled with life if we allow life to move through us by being in a flow state. So how do you get into a flow state? Well, that's a whole nother video. But in a nutshell, from my own personal experience, I think it starts with not comparing yourself to anybody else. You can't compare yourself to anybody else. So stop looking outside of you for the answers and start focusing all of your attention on your personal truth, the truth of your feelings, the truth of your desires, the truth of your physical body. Practice non-resistance to the truth of who you are. Doing that on a regular basis will allow you to then attune to that which wants to come through you. As an example, this YouTube channel for me is something that wanted to come through me. I did not logically think to myself, oh, a YouTube channel makes sense. It just makes perfect sense. And so, therefore, let's just do it. Why not? This random thing I just thought of, let's do it. Because it's logical, right? No, this YouTube channel was not a logical choice for me. It was not. No, I was called to start this YouTube channel. There were parts of me that were really scared, but I was attuned to what wanted to come through me, which was this. And I allowed myself to be a conduit for life. But it started with me attuning to my own truth. It started with me allowing me to just be me. Only once I had that sort of foundational practice in place did I have the bandwidth to even open up to what life wanted to create through me. Okay. So I'm hearing pull cards. Okay. Fine. I have the Morgan Greer Tarot with me. Let's see. We're going to wrap it up here by pulling at least one card. We'll see how many want to come out. What else does life want to say about this quickening, about getting into a flow state, about anything at all? I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps throughout my whole body. What else does life want to say today? Oh, the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just channeling right through it. I'm hearing adorn yourself with what wakes you up. Adorning, adorning your body, adorning your body and adorning your environment with the things that light you up, with the things that light you up, with the things that wake you up, that will entrain you with where the universe is at. Interesting. Oh, I was not expecting this. Adorning the physical is reverence towards the physical, reverence to the physical. Adorning the physical is honoring the physical. Adorning the physical grounds you into the divine nature of the physical. Okay, there it is. Beautiful. So this Nine of Pentacles is inviting us to pay more attention to maybe the things that we wear, the clothing, the jewelry. If you wear makeup, makeup. It's asking us to pay more attention to the materials in our environment, the way that we curate our living spaces. It's asking us to be more physically focused. Because the physical is divine. The physical is divine. This upgrade, this up level, this quickening moment, this shift in consciousness that we're experiencing, it's not taking us out of the physical. This is about a deepening into the physical. I think this is a huge misconception in the new age spiritual community, whatever this is, I don't know. To raise your consciousness is not to leave the physical behind. Raising your consciousness means you are more deeply embodied in the physical. So practice being more embodied. Pay more attention to what you wear, how you do your hair, right? Anything. How are your living spaces actually affecting you? Start to pay attention to how energy is moving through your home. Maybe a little spring cleaning is in order, or a cleansing with Palo Santo, a ritual, whatever you feel called to. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is so important to talk about. Expansion of consciousness is, in fact, a deepening into the physical. Start to notice the divine in the physical and start treating the physical as such, including your own body. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.